So I'm going to show you how to solve algebraic equations using something called graspable math. Here I have a question called 3x equals 15. We know that 3x means 3 times x. And in order to isolate for x, we have to divide both sides by 3. To do that operation, what you're going to do is take your mouse and push and hold on the equal sign until a toolbar comes up. Now you'll see this capital E. That capital E stands for the equation. And you'll see it's written in blue. So whatever I do to this E, it's going to do the equation. So since I have to divide both sides by 3, I'm going to push divide by 3. And you can also type that on your keyboard. When I push done, you'll see that graspable math divides both sides by 3. Now I'd like to see this as a step. To the right, you should see a small little circle. If you click and drag that circle down, you'll see the original question and our next step. Next, in order to perform the operation, in graspable math, you actually tap on the operation to do it. So for example, in this case, you see 3x divided by 3. So if I click on the divide bar, it actually divides by 3. And of course, 3x divided by 3 is x. Similarly, on the right-hand side, 15 divided by 3. So I'll click on the divide bar, it'll divide by 3 and get x equals 5. And so of course, x equals 5 is the solution to 3x equals 15. You can check this just by clicking on x equals 5, or by substituting the x equals 5 in and saying 3 times 5 is 15. Now I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. To do that, I'm going to replicate this equation. So I'm going to go again, click on that little white circle to the right and drag it over and create a second version of the equation over here. In graspable math, you can also do inverse operations by taking one thing to the other side. Since this is 3 times x, I can grab the 3 and divide both sides by 3 this way and actually perform the operation on the other side. You see that what all that does is just skip this step, because we know that by taking the 3 and dividing both sides by 3, that you'll be left with the x on this side. And it allows you to do that inverse operation when you go to the other side. Now again, I can click x equals, or 15 divided by 3, click on the divide, and I get x equals 5. This method here is usually what you do once you're comfortable with performing operations on both sides. We usually end up doing it in this version as well. So what I'd like you to do is now try the question that's just to the left of this and see if you too can solve the equation.